to the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Simply stop by our platform and give us your recommendations, suggestions, your feedback. But right now, I am honored, I'm privileged, and I am blessed to introduce to some and present to others one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. All you have to do is stop by our platform at GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors, and you will see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen. Burn Bright, Not Out. Marvin Bembry, and of course, click on that copy. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Well, no further ado, Marvin is here. Good afternoon, Mr. Bembry. How you doing?
Good afternoon, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And you know what? It is always a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for taking a little time out of your busy schedule to stop by this afternoon. And of course, thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. Do me the kind favor, if you don't mind. Simply step up to the plate. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Dr. Marvin Bembry?
All right, great. Thank you so much. So I am a speaker. I am a certified speaker with the John Maxwell organization, and am a leadership coach. I have 30 plus years of corporate experience in leadership, and so I spend a lot of time working with and helping leaders grow. I'm also a best-selling author of Burn Bright, Not Out, a step-by-step guide to maintaining energy and passion in your professional life. And in addition to all of the above, I am also a pastor of New Beginnings Ministries of Lake County in Lindenhurst, Illinois, husband and father as well.
I am so honored, privileged, and blessed to have you here. And I heard you mention, you are a best-selling author. Of course, we know that. And of course, once again, stop by the GMAP Broadcast Network, ladies and gentlemen, and, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication, Burn Bright, Not Out. Tell us a little bit about it, if you don't mind.
Yes. So this book really came out of a process. I was asked to speak to a group of HR leaders for a major global hospitality organization. I won't mention their name here, but if I were, you would know it immediately. I was asked to speak to a group of HR leaders from that organization. And the premise of the invitation was to talk about self-care and self-leadership within the hospitality world. And that idea further was that oftentimes HR leaders give so much to so many other people, but yet they don't kind of fill their own cup. And as a consequence, you have burnout. As I prepared for that, and the more that I prepared for it, the more intrigued I was by the concept, not only because of the concept, but because with 30 years of corporate leadership experience and ministry experience and otherwise, I knew what this was all about. I understood that experientially. And I also began to realize as I began to research to do more, that it was not only restricted to just the HR profession, right? I understood it from an HR standpoint. I spent years in HR, but it was in the medical community. I remember talking to my physical therapist, and he was talking about how burnout was significant in the orthopedic profession there for physical therapists, doctors, nurses, many in the medical field, many in ministry, many in just about every corporate walk of life are experiencing this issue of burnout. It's further exacerbated by the times in which we live, particularly in the last 5 years. Many of us have experienced more challenge, more stress than perhaps in the previous 5 years, right? So this book was written to address that, and to not only just address it, but to give some practical tools and tips to deal with burnout, both from a prevention standpoint as well as from a recovery standpoint. If
Right.
you've been burnt out, then you want to know, how do I get out of this? And if you're a professional who is teetering on the cusp of burnout, you want to find out, what kind of strategies can I begin to employ to avoid burning out.
Burnout. My goodness, I'm loving this. And I tell it's amazing because I know that you are an individual that is so you're busy. You have a lot going on, and I know this had to be a challenge. Now, let me ask you this: is this book particularly? Is it a first release, a freshman release, or is this a follow up to something that you've previously written before?
No, in fact, this is the first release of it. I am actually already in the thought process of developing another book, which will be complementary to this book, and also kind of help people in terms of balance and in terms of servant leadership. But this is a first release,
Mm.
and I'm really, really, really excited about it. I uh, just last night, this morning, just got a note from a well-known leader saying, "Wow, I really like this book, and I'm sharing it with my staff."
Mm.
And so it's just a blessing to know that the book is adding value. It's making a difference in so many people across the United States so
Right.
far.
Oh my goodness, and I'm loving it as well. And of course, I got to ask, as you look over the process of releasing this publication, and you look at the challenges, you look at the ups and downs, the rights and lefts, so to speak, from the very beginning through the journey, through the process to where you are right now. Let me ask you this: what's next? What's next for you as an author?
Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, there's another book that's out already percolating. So that will potentially be released in the next several months, as I am one, percolating on it, and also getting prepared to write it. But one of the things that is a definite next step is the opportunity to teach, the opportunity to speak on this particular subject.
Right.
I've released, or have created, a number of training material that's specific around the book for specific audiences. I've created one that's certainly for the HR profession. I've created one for ministry leaders. I've got one for law enforcement. I've got one for nonprofit organizations, nonprofit leaders, one for corporate environment. So I'm tailoring the message. The message is being tailored for various specific audiences, such that they know it's speaking directly to them,
Yeah.
government workers. And so that's one of the elements that's next, is taking it and speaking about it, and providing training. And this is not just speaking about something. I get down and give you practical tools and
Yeah.
techniques that will help, not adding more to your plate, but really figuring out, who are you? What is your why? Why do you exist?
Yeah.
and answering those big tough questions that can then allow you to find certainty and fulfillment. Each chapter in the book, each chapter, there are 10 chapters, each chapter at the end of it, there's a chapter summary of the high points, and then there are a couple of reflection exercises.
Right.
So unlike some books which are designed to like just read and just read it, as fast as you could do that with this book, but it's really designed for you to take your time.
Yeah.
Although it's a short book, but take your time and do the exercises. Spend a couple of days thinking about the exercises that are given after the chapter that you read.
Right. Wow. So specifically, this book has a serious root foundation. It has a purpose. It is. It is not specifically designed for entertainment purposes, and
All
that
right.
is amazing to me. And of course, we enjoy every moment of you taking time out to be here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, Marvin Bembry. And of course, all you have to do is stop by our platform, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on the screen, Burn Bright, Not Out. Click on that copy, and of course, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. And of course, if in fact they wanted to show their love, care, concern, and support today, Marvin, what is the process? I mean, how can your book actually be purchased today?
Well, it can certainly be purchased on Amazon, and it's a real simple proposition is just to go to Amazon and either put my name there in the search bar or put the name of the book there, um, and my name, and it'll pop right up. And what I'm excited about is that it's in two versions at this point. One, it's certainly in a paperback, which you can get and have an actual hard copy. But the other thing I'm also excited about is that it's also a Kindle version. So you can download it to your iPad, to your computer, your phone via Kindle, and then have it on the go with you. So that's another tremendous opportunity
Absolutely.
is electronically as well.
And of course, we are going to encourage all of our viewers, our followers. We want you guys to show your love, care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy of the current publication, Burn Bright Not Out. Share this information with all of your followers, all of your family, your friends. I mean, you share everything else on Facebook, share this as well. So important, very important. And of course, when you do so, you purchase a copy, we want you to be sure to go back and leave a review. Please, by all means, leave a review. I'm sure Mr. Bembry will appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. Amazon appreciates it. And of course, all those individuals that may be on the outside looking in, they'll appreciate it. They want to know your feedback, your your suggestions, your comments. And of course, we want to make sure that we continue to get this information out to as many people as possible. Now, of course, Dr. Bembry, if someone wanted to reach out to you because you have a lot going on, you're a very busy individual, and if someone really wanted to reach out to you on a more individual basis, maybe touch base with you and contact and discuss some things on a more personal level or individual level, can you share some information of how you can be connected with?
So, and in fact, that's a great part of my business is doing coaching, and so I coach leaders at all level, and I do it virtually or over the phone or even in person. And so, speaking to someone kind of on a personal basis is something that I do quite often. Probably the easiest way to do it, or the best way, would be to go to my website. One of three websites. One is mkbleadership.com, and you can reach me that way. Or if you want to send a direct email to me, it would be marvin.bembry at mkbleadership.com. There's also some other websites that are in process as well. Marvin Bembry .com and burnbrightbook.com as well. That are ways to reach me. But if you want to just go directly, you can go to mkbleadership.com and reach out to me there.
And I'm gonna enhance that because I'm gonna make sure that we also take your logo from that particular website and place it in our partners area. So if anyone has any feedback or they want to get reach out directly and find you, go to your website. We're gonna have that logo in our partnership area linked to that website. So all you'll really have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is stop by our website, gmap1.com, click on the tab that is simply titled More Partners, and you'll see Leadership Transformation, the logo right there, and you'll click on that. It'll take you directly to the website. Now, I know we're going to be inviting you back because we want to even break down and discuss, more intimately about that particular a platform, that leadership transformation and some of the other things that it entails. And of course, we're also going to have you on video, just so you know, so you'll be able to smile at the folks at the same time. So I'm telling you, Mr. Bembry, I'm just so excited about you taking time out to be here today, taking time out to discuss a little bit about Burn Bright, Not Out. And of course, we want to make sure that we continue to disseminate this information to as many people as possible. I cannot say it enough. Stop by our platform, go to featured authors, click on the current publication, Burn Bright, Not Out. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details. I tell you what I'm going to do before I let you go. I'm going to move over. I'm going to allow you to step up to the plate and basically, have your closing remarks and final words and speak to the people around the world. So it's a simple process. I'm moving over and I'm going to say, Dr. Marvin Bembry, the floor is yours.
Oh, how thoughtful! How thoughtful. Well, listen. The thing first, I'll just say thank you, Mrs. Straughter, for inviting me to come and to share with your listening audience just some points about this. I would say my final remarks as we draw to a close is number one: burnout is not a badge of honor; it's a warning light. And the world doesn't need us to be drained and depleted. In this moment, it needs people like you that are alive, that are engaged, that are purposeful. And so to burn bright means to live with energy, with passion, with clarity, without sacrificing your well being or your values. And finally, I would say this: you have the power to choose boundaries over busyness, to prioritize purpose over pressure, and to invest in renewal so your light doesn't flicker. Because the truth is, when you burn bright, you don't just shine for yourself. You actually light the way for others. You light the way for your team, for your family, for your community. And everybody benefits when you burn bright, not out. So I challenge you today, pick up a copy of the book, get some tips, get some ideas, and choose to burn bright and not out.
I am loving that completely. And I thank you so much for just taking time out to just kind of break down a little bit about the publication. I'm sure they'll be hearing and seeing more about it. We know that you have our number, and if there is anything that we can continue to do to assist you while you're on this journey, by all means, pick up the phone, give us a call, let me know, and we'll be honored in any way, shape, form, or fashion to assist you how we can. And I want you to know that when you do so, the answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice, okay?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Looking forward to talking with you again soon. Until next time, we want you to continue to be blessed and be a blessing and make sure you have a fantabulous rest of your afternoon. Looking forward to talking with you again in the very near future, okay?
All right, sir. Blessings.
Blessings to you as well. Dr. Marvin Bembry, one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Stop by our platform, click on featured authors, and again, you will see a copy of the publication, Burn Bright, Not Out. Don't go anywhere. We shall return with more great stuff right after this. In the meantime, you guys continue to be blessed. Stay close. Don't move. We'll be back shortly right here on the show.